Question number 3, did you have any challenges navigating a professional career at a young age? I did. I was new to soccer at the time when I first went to New York Red Bulls at the age of 17. I moved away from home, so I didn't really understand the whole process. And then over time, I guess you talk to agents and you talk to people who are in and around the sport and you slowly get to learn about it. I guess challenges would be maybe, I think people sign at a young age to pro, and I don't know if that's always the best, but I don't know. For me, going to college was a good route as a goalie, but I guess challenges when navigating, I think I've done good with the choices that I've made. Of course, I would have loved to have kept going pro when I was 18 years old, but just didn't work out like that. So kind of move on, go play college soccer, and then try to go pro after. What was the hardest challenge about maintaining a professional career at a young age? I guess I lived in a host family when I was 18 and 17. And so I guess the most difficult part was I did online school. And so for about like a year, I just didn't I didn't go to school or anything. So my senior year of high school was just I didn't have a car and I didn't live anywhere close to anything. So I kind of was just stuck, played soccer every day, and that was it. And so I think it was a little bit tough leaving everything here to go over there and have nothing over there except for soccer. I was with a brand new family, and they had never hosted an athlete before, so it was a little bit different for them, a little bit challenging. And so it's just kind of learning how to deal with things when they aren't great was a big thing that I had to learn at a younger age. It's pretty common for soccer athletes to leave home, but yeah, it was definitely a challenge living with a host family at a young age. Yeah. But yeah. Number 16. What is that, 16? Yeah, here it is. 16. What made you choose to dedicate your page to mental health / motivation? I guess I just post what I would want to see. I think that's all I post is stuff that I actually like to see online. So I think motivating other people is special, and also providing mental health information is really important, especially to young men. Men have just they keep everything in, and so they don't. At a young age, you see your dad, or you see older men basically not talking about anything, and so you think that's normal. And over time, there's a reason why our mental and suicide rate is extremely high. And so, speaking to other men, and especially the DMs I get about from young kids that are saying they're going through something, and then I can send them a message and they say, oh, this really helped, blah blah, down the line. It's nice to be able to help out, and I'm no different than any other person. So
and especially as an athlete too.
Yeah, using your platform to kind of help other people, I think, is the best thing. Question 4. There it is. What is your college major? Here's a simple one. It's sociology. I wish I wasn't sociology, but I wish it was communications, because I think I really like communications a lot more. But it's sociology.
It's like the
study of groups of people, cultures, things like that. I'm not a big fan of it, but some people are. Yeah. It's a pretty big athlete major.
I would assume athletes are comm majors.
Yeah, for UCLA, it's not as common to be a comm major. When I was here, most of them would be sociology. Yeah. What did I just pick up? 37. Question 37, how do you recover from a loss or a setback? I would say you don't have to recover as quick as you think you might need to. So say I play a game and it's not a great game and I'm really down on myself, I'll give myself time. You don't have to bounce back like that. I mean, if you care a lot about your sport and you care about your performance, then it's not going to be easy to go through something hard and do bad. So I think give yourself at least 48 hours. So if I have a game on a Saturday and I do bad, or I think it's 48 or 24 hours, I can't remember. But basically, if I have a game on a Saturday, I can be mad Sunday. I can be mad Sunday, think about it Sunday. But as soon as practice hits on Monday, it's over with. I just got to move on and get on with myself and train and be the best that I can, because lingering on the past is just not going to help. So I think giving yourself 24 hours after a game to just deal with it is important. Think about it, figure out what you did wrong, how you're going to move past it, and then the next time after the 24 hours hits, just hit the ground moving and then keep working. I think that's really important. But yeah. Question number 2, you started playing at a young age. Can you tell us more about your early professional soccer career and journey? So I started playing soccer when I was about 5. My first word was actually ball, which is kind of funny. Yeah. And so I started playing soccer on 5, continued playing soccer for AOYSO, which is like the lowest league in America. It's just like a fun league for kids. So I played that until I was about 15. Which surprises some people. And then I got some coaches were looking at me at a club called Crusaders in San Diego. And I eventually went to Crusaders. At that time I was playing goalie, but there was another goalie on the team. So at halftime I would switch, and in the second half, instead of playing goalie in the first half, in the second half I would play striker. That was just my thing. So I didn't want to just sit there. So I did that until I was about 16 and a half. And then I tried out for a team called Albion, which is in San Diego. Now they have other teams, but I played for them when they were in the DA. And that's where my life changed. Like, as soon as I joined Albion, we were in the DA at the time, which is like MLS Next now. As soon as I joined them, my life became more structured, my grades became better. I totally changed things. I think the level that Albion was at the time, and it still might be, I don't know, I have not been there since, with the coaching that I was getting. I still talk to that goalie coach that I had there. His name's Joe. He's a brilliant mentor in my life. And played there for a year, or actually like 7 months. And then I was able to play in a tournament called the Florida Showcase, which is basically like a scouting place for playoffs in the DA. And I got scouted there by a couple MLS teams. And I was able to, COVID hit right after, and so I couldn't go anywhere. I couldn't try out for any of the clubs, but I was talking to some MLS teams, and eventually I ended up choosing New York Red Bulls. And then, I went there for a year, played with the academy. I got to play with the USL Championship team, which was their second team at the time. I played 2 professional games, and it was really difficult. It was really hard being that young and playing goalie. I was not ready for it, and I'm happy that it didn't work out, because now I'm way more mature and a lot better of a goalkeeper, and I know what I'm doing a lot more now, or at least I think I do. And so, from there I was able to play college soccer, so played at UCLA for 3 years after that, and then now I transferred, and now I'm at Virginia Tech for my last season. And so I'm excited for the fall, and that's kind of where it goes from there. So Question 25, what is one important lesson you've learned from your coaches? And then the second question. I would say, I guess the biggest thing I've learned from coaches is that, this was just a line that I heard, which kind of represents coaches' opinions, but sometimes other people's opinions are more true than your own. Meaning, you might think you're good at this or that, you might think you're bad at this or that, but if you get 20 opinions from coaches saying, hey, maybe your passing isn't that great, or your communication isn't that great, there's a good chance your opinion is wrong and their opinion is right. So understanding that sometimes your opinion is important always, but understanding that other people's opinions are often more right than your own is the truth. And understanding that as an athlete and as a human motivates you to understand, hey, I need to work on this, and that's just the fact. So I think maybe no coach has really said anything that crazy to me, but understanding their opinions really do matter, and it's the truth is important. And then what's a lesson I've learned from my parents? I guess I would say there's 3 things I learned from my parents. One is to always have fun. They always ask me to have fun. They're like, how was the game? Was it fun? I'm like, I don't know. It's like, I'm trying my best. It's kind of hard to for it to be fun sometimes, but you can always try. I guess they would tell me, so have fun, work hard, and then take every opportunity as it is, I guess. But I guess they've always kind of said the same thing, which is just have fun, which is a great motto. They've never been like the parents to want to push me. They've never like screamed at me at training or at games. Like they never have been the ones that have trained me. I've always kind of just pushed myself, and they've kind of been the best by just being along with me and trying to push me forward through whatever they can. So it's been nice to not be able to, I don't have to finish practice or a game and they're never yelling at me. They don't care. They don't care if I quit the sport. They honestly could care less if I quit soccer. They just want me to be happy. So that's really special. I'm very blessed to have them. Number 14. 14, can you tell us a little bit about your social media platform? Yeah, I can say my Instagram is pretty simple. I started it for 3 reasons, I would say. First was because I think it would be fun. It'd be a challenge and I could do it. Secondly, I think it's also nice to, it's like almost a game. It's like, all right, what can I post and what's going to see the view count and followers, and that kind of all goes into the first answer. Is like, it's kind of a fun game to play. Secondly, it also provides money. I think that was honestly the main thing for making my Instagram was I want to be able to make money before my first professional contract to provide and do things with my family. So that was the big thing. So second was money. And then thirdly is it's great to be able to give back. I think if I can give back in any capacity, even if it's just one person, well, I feel like that's really important in life, is to be able to do things for other people rather than just for yourself. So I guess first thing, because it's fun. Yeah. Second, for monetary and money, to be able to support family. And then third, to give back. I think that's really important to, and whatever you do, it could just be like work, a 9 to 5. It could be being a student, just anything, just finding a way to give back to people is really important, I think. Yeah. 24. I feel like there's more here than there's more here. Is that right? If there's 5?
Maybe that missing 12 was...
I don't know. We'll just keep going.
Okay.
Question 24. Tell us more about... Okay. Question 24. Tell us more about the expectation of being a D1 athlete and or professional athlete. I'll just speak on being a D1 athlete, or I'll speak on being a pro athlete for a little bit. I guess I'll keep it very simple. Being a pro athlete, it's about being able to push everything aside, no matter what you're going through on the outside, and being able just to show up and give your best. At the pro level, they don't care what you're going through on the outside. They don't care about how many sessions you've done on the outside, how much you practice. They care about how you perform, and that's the bottom line. It's a business. And so you need to perform at training and in games. Whatever you do on the outside, they don't care about unless it's bad. So yeah, perform, and that's the bottom line. When it comes to the expectations of being a D1 athlete, I think people have this rap that is really difficult, which it can be at times, a lot of pressure, but they give you the resources to do well in college if you're an athlete at a D1 level. They're going to give you the tutors to get you good grades. So I had good grades, and I have people that help me. My GPA this semester at VT was like a 3.5, and I have a lot of help to get that GPA. Secondly, we're provided a lot of other stuff. So yeah, I have to keep up with my grades and soccer and all this stuff, but I'm provided 3 meals a day at Virginia Tech. I mean, no one else, if you're not an athlete at Virginia Tech, you're not getting provided 3 meals a day. I don't have to worry about food and things like that. I'm getting paid to go to the school. I'm on scholarship. It's a blessing to go to that school. So I think people think it's like extremely difficult to be a D1 athlete, but in reality, it's like, it is not that crazy. I think it might be even more hard to be a non-athlete person at a school, because you have to deal with all these other things. At Virginia Tech, I'm provided with all these resources to take care of my whole life, basically, and so I can do well in soccer. So I think it gets a difficult rap, but it's really not that hard. But you do have to be focused. I think a lot of it comes with being focused and take care of yourself. Question 19 or 14? I can't. Yeah, 19. Question 19. I would assume there's a lot of pressure behind being a goalkeeper and having to save the ball, especially when it's coming straight to your face. How do you deal with it, and how do you deal with being a goalkeeper? I think that's what makes goalkeeping fun, is that you never know. You have no control over the action except for doing your best. So I think a lot of people think that you're scared of getting hit in the face, but most of the time, the other player's they're never aiming for your face. So you rarely ever get hit in the face. And when it does happen, it's kind of a good thing, because you kind of kept it out of the net, as much as it might hurt. But I think it's not that bad. It is difficult. You kind of are just standing there for a lot of the game. But at the highest level, you're not really just standing there. You're in and around the game, even if it's not close to you. So you might be speaking with someone or up on the high line and then making a big save. But you're doing everything in the 90 minutes that you're in. So yeah, it's a lot of pressure, but there's pressure in every situation. If I'm going to be a goalkeeper, I'm not going to complain about the pressure that I'm asking for. So I chose the position. I have to deal with what comes with it. So yeah, I enjoy it. Now it's getting pretty out. Sometimes there's days like this. Yeah. Sometimes it's really nice. Rarely ever rains.
Yeah, it's not that hot. It's just like in between.
Yeah, it's nice. Question 15. This is a funny one. Or I guess not funny. Question 15. I noticed that you were just signed by a modeling agency in LA. Can you tell us more about that and how it works? So yeah, I signed by a mother agency here in LA. His name's Kevin. He's the best. I'll probably see him later today. But yeah, I thought it would be fun to do. I have my priorities straight, and he knows that I'm busy with soccer, and he knows that I only have a set time to be able to model and do things like that. So when it comes to the fall season, he knows that I can't model during that fall season, but this summer and in the spring, and then after the fall season, I'll be able to model and do things like that. It's just another opportunity to try things and to meet new people. And Kevin's a great person, and working with him is great. Being able to see people and get cool photos and work with different companies is really cool. And I think being able to have Kevin help me out and figure out what to do, where to do it, and things like that, it's great. I think trying new things is really important. And the worst that could happen in that situation is I get some cool photos, and that's it. So it's fun. I think this is 31. Yeah, question 31.
Yeah, we have like one.
2 extra.
Yeah, I get 2 extra.
Okay, question 31. This is a good question. What does my morning routine look like? I'll tell you my morning routine. So I wake up at 7 and put some water on my face, go downstairs. I'll get my smoothie that I made the night before. I'll drink that for about an hour. So I'll read while I'm drinking a smoothie. So I'll read until about 8:15. And then 8:15, I'll take a nap until about 8:45. so about a 30-minute nap, and then go back upstairs. I'll make my bed, get dressed, and then head to the facility, and that's really it. Yeah, that's my morning routine. I like to be like, keep it all soccer oriented and just take a lot of naps and read a lot. I don't like going on my phone at all. And I probably will not answer your text message until later in the day. Like right now it is probably, I don't know what time it is. I think it's probably like 1 or 12ish. And I have not looked at my phone today except to text you. So I haven't looked at any other messages. So I have no clue. And that's just the way I take care of myself. Like if it doesn't make me happy to do something, like it doesn't make me happy to be on my phone, I'm not going to be at my phone. So I'll go to a coffee shop and then I'll text people back. As much as it may piss them off, I don't really care. I'm taking care of myself, and that's important. 20. Oh, there is no 20. I'll pick 30.
Maybe I messed up.
It doesn't matter. It's all good. Question 30. What other sports am I into other than soccer? I love baseball. I love baseball. My best friend plays baseball. A couple of my best friends play baseball. So I watch a lot of baseball, a lot of pitching, a lot of YouTubers. Trevor Bauer, I love him. I love watching his videos. So yeah, I watch a lot of baseball, a lot of sports. I play a lot of ping pong. That's a lot of fun. Yeah. But yeah, I guess baseball a lot. I watch a lot of baseball because of my friends, and I support them a lot. So yeah, baseball. Question 21. 21, we'll say. Question 21, tell us about your mentoring. So I got reached out to by a company called Athlete to Athlete. It's pretty simple. What they do is they get an athlete and they get a college athlete, so a younger athlete and an older athlete, and they pair them up and they basically mentor once a week or once every 2 weeks. And so I got into mentoring through that company, which is great. I think that's a really important company. And so, yeah, I still mentor those kids. I mentor a select few now. I used to mentor a lot more, and now it's a select few because I have less time and I want to give them more of my good time than just giving a whole bunch of bad time. So I give these kids that I mentor now more of my good time, and it's like really great. I mentor different ages, probably around like 8 to like 16, around that age group, and each of them are completely different, and it makes me way happier than if I were to go sit on my phone or do something else like that. So giving back in any way I can, mentoring these kids are the best, and they don't know it, but they think I'm helping them. In reality, they're really helping me, probably more than they know. I try to tell them, but yeah, they're fun. They're funny too. They're just kids, and so it's great just talking to kids about kid stuff and learning about them and helping them progress. And also, like, I think being there as a figure, as a mentor, as an older male, for them to be able to look up to an older guy is really important. And being that older guy they look up to is really important to me. And setting the right example is a really big deal to me. So I love it. If you're an athlete and you want to mentor kids, go to them. I've never shouted them out, but you should go reach out to them because they're so big in my life. So yeah. Last 2 questions. Question 18 says, what am I looking forward to at Virginia Tech next fall? I'm looking to just enjoy. It's my last season. Enjoy and do the best that I can, or really, really try to push myself. And yeah, I think it's as simple as doing your best. I mean, I set some goals, but really none of that really matters. Like, your goals matter, but doing your best and not overthinking it is even more important. So I'm excited. I have the schedule on my phone, and it's good to see we're playing some good teams, and I'm excited. Yeah, ACC, best conference in America for college soccer. It'll be good. Yeah.
Keep a lookout for you.
Yeah, it'll be good.
Here's the last one.
Wait until this car goes by. All right, last question, Sue. Not always until I hit about 16 and a half. And then I really started really liking the sport and falling in love with it. I really like soccer. And so once I hit about 16 and a half and I put all my eggs into one basket, just the goalkeeping basket, that's when it became like just the soccer. I think my family was really big into not specialization, so they wanted me to play as many sports as I can and not just stick to one and play a club. So for me, as soon as I picked one, they were like, all right, you got to go all in. And I was like, all right, I'll go all in. So I just went all in on soccer, and that's kind of been my life from there. So yeah.
Well, thank you for your time, Sam.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks for asking me these questions.
Did you have fun?
Yeah, I did. Yeah.